treasure that's so shiny. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, I'm proud to be. In whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure that's so shiny. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, I'm proud to be. In whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure that's so shiny. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, I'm proud to be. In whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure that's so shiny. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie.
This is fine. Everything is fine.
Anyhow, how are you guys?
Pretty good. How are you?
Yeah.
I exist.
Huzzah!
Thank you for that rousing.
We are glad
endorsement
you exist.
Thanks for that rousing endorsement of my existence? Question mark.
That's literally any birthday party, to be fair.
Oh God.
You did entirely. Good job.
Why you gotta do me like that? Oh. Why you gotta do me like that? Oh. I did promise you guys customs checks.
Fuck, I forgot about
How could you forget?
that. I got extra
most-
TSA this weekend, so slightly.
It will most assuredly be the greatest battle you've faced yet.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with bureaucracy.
I got so much flora and fauna to mostly flora, but
Yes.
Now there's an out of context sentence right there.
Anything you want to tell us about the flora Christona's been stockpiling?
I mean, it's quite literally a shit ton of mushrooms. So many shrooms.
Oh, good. Well, this ought to be interesting. This should be very interesting. Alrighty. So, we should probably do a thing, shouldn't we?
A thing.
Yes, that. Alright. Who wants to give me a quick recap of what happened last time we played, which was 2 weeks ago?
Well, we figured out what the fuck was going on Sky Island, the Arcadia.
Mm.
And it wasn't Captain Harlock, surprise. But it was a gnome. One of the big group of heroes from way back when that are all fighting against each other for how to fucking fix the world. This one decided to make his own Sim City in the sky. So talked to him for a bit. And then we decided to leave and go to Helgi Domer. As we were going to do ahead of time.
Yes. You had a little
I think
diversion.
we had an open invitation to help him out if we decide to go that route.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh, yes. He decided that his way of dealing with the problem is to replace the divine with the arcane.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Sounds about right. Yeah. When you guys were heading off towards the lovely place called Helgi Domer, which I have given you a country level map in that you should all be able to see right now. Hopefully. Yes?
Hopefully.
No?
C.
Dope. Cool.
This is
Cool,
all
cool,
fine.
cool.
This is all fine.
Don't worry, the customs officers just made their perception checks. Oh,
Okay.
don't worry about it. So you guys are heading towards the where in Helgidome are you heading towards? I should ask.
I don't suppose they have an airship dock.
They have a couple of those around.
Well, look at that.
As a sailor, you would probably know their major airship docks are in Akrones and Haraldsson. These two lovely fortresses. So those are their naval, those are their biggest naval bases. And they're also where they dock their airships.
Oh, Acranes or Acranes or however it's pronounced.
Acranes.
Acranes. All right. Seems
Acranes.
closer to the actual city, so let's go for that one.
That's probably a good idea.
Alrighty. So you start heading towards Acranes, which I'm sure I'm butchering the original Icelandic pronunciation of, but who gives a fuck? It's my word now.
That's fine.
So you guys start heading towards Acranes. As you start making your descent, a few smaller airships bearing the crossed sword and shield of Helgi Domer begin to flank you as you come in, and they shout, "We don't have you on the docket for today.
There
Who the
is
hell
no
are you?"
docket.
I'd be surprised if you did. Do we have a name for this ship? I can't remember.
The Falcon.
Falcon.
Is that the name it had originally?
Yeah.
All right, I'll risk it. We're the Falcon.
There's a few moments, and then they shout back, "Never heard of you!"
We've never been here.
"Sit down in the docks. We'll guide you in. You'll
Okay.
have to show us your papers."
Okay. Do we have any like drawings we can show them?
It's what
Whatever was
papers.
whatever would have been put on the fridge, you
Just
know.
immediately looking to like Realm and Remus for
You
for
have paper, right?
papers. What papers?
I mean,
mean?
Realm can give you a piece of paper.
Why would you look at Ramus? Realm I get, but Ramus?
This was his ship.
Yeah,
I
but Ramus
mean-
doesn't really strike me as the papers kind of guy.
Ramus kind of just shrugs as people look at him. "I don't know what's on these papers."
Can I take a look?
Can Ramus
Sorry?
even read?
Yes. Yes, he can.
Surprise!
Well, I mean, he's frequently described as the dumbest thief ever, so
That is true. That is
it's a
very
valid
true.
question.
You are correct. He is frequently described as that. It is a relevant question. If you could get him a copy of these papers, he does in fact have forger's tool proficiency.
Well,
As
yeah,
does
but
Rel.
we're gonna try this another way first.
That's fair.
But what papers does he have? I'm just curious.
Ramus?
Yeah, does he have anything like
It
papers?
just a paper that says "Let me in."
I can do what I want.
Yes, signed me.
Exactly. Ramus extends a hand and plucks a full sheaf of papers out of thin air, and he starts going through them. One of them does, in fact, say, "Let me in. I can do what I want." Signed, Ramus. Another several seem to be, excuse me, very old identification papers. A couple of them seem to be formal deeds for the ship itself.
Ooh.
Some of them are just scribbles in various languages that appear to be some form of journal. So the actual deed. You want to see the actual deed?
Yeah.
Okay. The actual deed does in fact list it as the Falcon. It has listed on it as owners Ramus Xylucient, which if you really want, I'll spell out for you, and someone named Setzer Gabani.
I don't think Setzer's around to contest this.
And says the paper says yes, just yes.
And we have a Ramus,
You do.
and it does have the correct name. I'm just wondering, when is it dated, and under what nation is it registered? Under what nation is it registered is probably going to be hilarious when I present that one.
What nation it's registered under? What nation would it be registered under? That's a good question.
Because it's old enough that in the real world it would be like the Roman Empire.
Yeah, basically. The date is. Make a history check. For me, real quick.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it's in a completely different dating system than you guys use.
Welp.
It's written in old.
Just
Yes,
old.
it is written
Not old
in
common, just old.
It appears to be registered to a place called Forge.
Forge, as in where you make metal things.
Yep. It's just registered to Forge.
I really hope they don't come to collect the back taxes on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your history check tells you that you've never heard of a place that's just called Forge. So.
But my life experience also tells me that taxmen don't care about that sort of thing.
Only two things are constant in life.
Hold on.
I mean,
His name is Forge. Is this a forged deed?
It's true.
Like, I'm not even joking. I'm being serious.
No, the full name is Forge R.E.
Because I would not put it past Ramus to forge a deed from Forge.
Forge, yeah.
You could ask him if you want.
I'll ask him.
No. We got it registered in a place called Forge.
Do you recall what that was next to?
No. It's not around anymore.
Well, yeah.
Let me think. There was that angry wizard with the weird house. There was that angry druid with the weird building. But I don't remember the names of the places they lived. He kind of just shrugs.
Just trying to think of anything, but pretty sure don't know. That is very specific.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Hmm. Is this going to be the problem we cannot solve?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
The problem of
Bureaucracy.
finding
The bureaucracy is going to be our doors. Our nemesis bureaucracy.
I spent my whole life fighting bureaucracy.
But no, Ramus does not have any papers to smuggle you guys into this country. If you want, I have some hidden compartments that they probably won't find. But I don't have ID.
That's okay.
He just shrugs. Suit yourself. I'm going to make myself not be here when
You
they
do
start working.
that. I get behind the wheel.
All right. You descend in. Make me a navigation check to land your ship in the dock as you descend into the fortress town of Akranes. Beneath you, you can see several berths for airships,
What
as well as
ability is that?
make it a Dex one for this. I'm kind of switching back and forth between Dex and Int depending on situation. Okay. You do okay, piloting down into the dock. For your first time landing, you only crunch a couple of things beneath the hard hull of the Falcon. As you come down and land in Akranes. Immediately after you guys land, a set of guards in Helgidomer livery comes out and stands around your ship. And one of them steps forward. Would the captain of this vessel please present himself for inspection?
I'll go stand by the gunnel. I'm Captain Diggeroy.
Captain Nigaroy, do you have any papers to present?
Nothing issued by Helgi Domer.
What is the
I was
purpose of your
hoping you
visit
could help me
here?
with that.
What is the purpose of your visit here, Captain Diggeroy?
We're looking to send a message to somebody.
Courier ship. I see. Very nice ship for a courier.
Thank you.
His eyes narrow at you a little bit. Could you lower a ladder for us, please? We'd like to come aboard and inspect your vessel.
Okay. I'll drop a net.
All right. Several of the guards come aboard. A couple of them start heading below decks and start poking around there. Three more of them remain above deck and start searching on the top deck. And two more of them flank who seems to be their leader as he comes up to you, Diggeroy, and stands ramrod straight in front of you. Captain Diggeroy, could you please gather all those present on the ship that we may speak to them?
All right. I'll whistle. Everybody top deck.
Probably just
All right.
come down from the crow's nest.
Yep. I imagine I'm standing on deck already, so.
Probably.
And if I'm not,
Bauer, are you drunk at this point, Bauer?
probably not smashed, but definitely.
Cool. Just checking.
Drinking, not drunk yet.
Working on it.
Cool. Cool. The guard surveys the four of you and says, "Is this all of you?" You see Ramus just appear out of thin air on the gunwale of the ship and jauntily wave at you with a realm slung over his shoulder. And then
Yep, that's all of us.
All right. Your purpose is to deliver a message?
Yep.
Correct? All right. How long do you think... Where is this message going to?
I believe Helgedomer City.
All right. How long will you be present in our country?
Depends on how long it takes me to find the individual in question.
Who is the individual in question?
I can't tell you that.
He raises an eyebrow at that.
Nature of the contract, I'm sorry.
And just rolls his eyes. Any weapons aboard? Besides the obvious exterior armaments? He nods towards your ballista.
There are no concealed weapons aboard.
Cool.
I mean, we're all festooned with weapons, I'm sure, but...
I got a staff, it's fine.
So, I mean, I assume Sadok and Diggeroy at least are.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Bauer
Bauer
probably is too.
Bauer.
is festooned with Bauer.
Yeah, I'm here.
None
All
us-
of our weapons are visible points at Bauer.
Are any of you citizens of Helgedomer or one of our allied nations?
I look around at everyone. Not that I'm aware of.
We were in the forests, but not part of the city.
Were you born on Helgedomer? On or looking at you, I suppose, underneath Helgedomer and soil?
Far below.
Good. That's good enough to make you a citizen. Welcome home.
give him a slight nod at that.
What are the four of you's occupations? You're all traveling together, I assume?
We are. My crew and I are freelancers. Right now, we are couriers.
And priest.
He looks at you and then looks at the wide variety of weapons that you're all carrying.
Occasionally,
Courier.
we carry messages to dangerous places.
You can say you're adventurers. It's not a crime here.
Right. I just don't want to give you the impression we're here to steal your stuff.
Oh no, there are very strict laws against that. You are allowed to state that you're an adventurer, though. I'll just put down adventurer on your the occupation field for your papers.
Okay.
And he, one of the guards next to him hands him a slate and a set of papers on it. What's your full name, Captain Diggeroy?
Shit, do I even have one?
Shit, what's my last name?
I don't think I've ever given one. Captain Diggeroy.
Your first name is Captain.
My title is Captain. My given name is Diggeroy.
No family name?
No.
All right. He looks to Bauer. What's yours? He looks you up and down, Bauer, and amends that quickly. Soldier?
Well, former.
Well, doesn't seem like the sort of thing you leave. Or left. You're an adventurer now.
Yes, but I don't have to take orders from anyone but myself.
True enough. What's your name?
And occasionally Diggeroy.
Kummerspec. Bauer.
You one of those from the Isle of Kummerspec?
I totally didn't hear about this for the first time just now, and I'm just going to say, yes, of course. Nodding.
Well, that makes you a citizen of an allied nation. So welcome.
Thank you.
Priest, what is your name?
Sadok. Just Sadok.
No family name for you either? All right.
Orphan.
Let me scribble that down. Last, what is your name? He says, looking at Christona, unsure of what to refer to her as.
Yeah. We are denizens of the Christona, of the Opal Enclave of Helkidomer.
Right. Up near Abeltoft.
Yes.
Foresty areas up north. You guys are learning so much about geography today.
Yay!
We're learning a surprising amount about each other as well, now that they're
That's
asking.
true.
Yeah, funny. Okay. Denizens of the Cristona. Is there a name I should refer to you by, or
Christona.
the guard looks a little bit weirded out, but not that much?
We are simply Christona.
He nods. Only one family name in a group of 4. Interesting. All right. You're looking to head to Helgedomer City to deliver a message. And he keeps scribbling a little bit more. How old are each of you?
Elves will live, what, twice as long as humans?
More or less.
Okay, I'm 60.
All right. He notes that down. Listing you as adventurers does allow me to bypass a lot of the fields that are on this form, thankfully. You adventurers tend to have very strange pasts and not know where they're born. Odd people.
If we had a home, we wouldn't be wandering so much.
True. Does your band have a name?
No. Crew
Pretty
of
boy
the
in the
Falcon, if
backup
you need
party.
something for that.
Sure. He just writes
Oh,
down.
that's right.
He writes
Forgot
down
about that.
Leroy's crew, and then pauses as he hears "Pretty Boy in the Backup Party," and says, "I'm going to put that as an alternate title." And puts a slash "Pretty Boy in the Backup Crew." Age, nationalities, names, occupations. My crew will tell me if you're carrying anything dangerous into the country. If you're heading into Helgedomer, well, so I can grant you visitor status into our country. That will give you permission to be here for up to 1 month in the country. I can also, seeing as you are adventurers, grant you bronze status in the Adventurers Guild, which will give you free room and board, but will obligate you to take on at least one contract for them while you're in Helgedomer. Should you be willing, I can also grant you, it is vested in me, the power to grant you silver status in the guild, which means free room and board, free drinks at basically any establishment you can think of, and the power to meet with most, but not all, nobles, grants you a fair amount of access. It does mean, however, that any noble who has need of you can obligate you to work for them in times of need.
Let's give a slight glance at Bauer at that after what he said before.
Finally, should you be willing, I can give you bronze status in the interim. You can head to Helgedomer and apply for gold status, which does require you to take a competency exam. But should you pass, grants you full access to the resources of the Adventurers Guild, which is gold, some, shall we say, exclusive magic, and essentially the standing of a minor noble. Also means that once per year, you will be granted an audience with the Primarch.
Immediately looks at Diggeroy.
And what is the cost of that again?
So cost for that is you have to apply for and complete a competency exam. If your party didn't include a couple of citizens, there would be some additional hoops for you to jump through. Once you've completed said competency exam, and if you pass, there's an interview with the guild master to determine your fitness. Should you pass that, you're given full access to the resources of the Adventurers Guild, the power to pass judgment in minor cases on minor infractions of the law, and the ability to request access to the ability to demand, my apologies, access to various nobles, as well as you are granted, same as any other noble, an audience with the Primarch once per year. In return, you are expected to spend a certain number of days in Helgedomer each year. You're expected to complete a certain number of contracts each year, and to make yourself available to any noble or other citizen who may require your services.
I'm thinking yes for that.
All right. Well, he scribbles some more notes down on your admission papers. All right. Well, this is right. These are your admission papers. And he hands over a set of papers to you. They are signed and stamped with his seal, which is a kite shield with the name Helgedomer emblazoned upon it. And here are your pins. And he hands you a set of 4 pins, each of which is cast in bronze and has a pair of crossed swords on it.
Just try to find a place on the spectral armor for that.
As soon as you touch it to the armor, it immediately adheres. It adheres like a magnet would. It is removable, but will not easily fall off.
Hooray!
As you put it on, a number engraves itself in the back of the pin as well. Is everybody putting them on?
Yep.
Sure.
Why not?
They immediately adhere to your clothing. They don't require you to actually pin them or make holes. They just adhere. Those are your pins. They'll identify you as adventurers. Bronze standing in the guild. Once you get to Helgi Domer, you can speak to the guildmaster there and make yourself. Or, sorry, apply for your competency exam. Those are your papers. You'll need them to do a lot of things. You'll need them to secure a night at an inn or identify yourself to any guards who may speak to you on your journey. Keep them close.
Understood.
The other guards start coming up from below deck, and they have a whispered conversation with the guard you've been speaking to. He looks mildly concerned and turns back to the four of you. Why are there so many mushrooms below deck?
That's racist.
I don't
just blink.
understand. Please refrain from introducing them into the local habitats, please.
They are with us. I'm pointing back at themselves.
Right. Please refrain from introducing them into the local habitats. Or if you do, seek the approval of the local druid circle.
We understand.
He nods. Good. Well then, I believe our job here is done. I'll be going now. Best of luck on your... And he extends air quotes. He makes air quotes with his fingers. Courier mission.
Thank you.
I give him a nod as he leaves.
They climb back down the net and file out of the berth your ship is in.
We somehow remember this being more complicated in the past.
It can be. I find telling them the truth throws them off enough that they don't know how to respond.
We tell the truth, but perhaps our truth is not good enough on our own. You are better at truth, Digoroy.
He snorts a laugh at that. Anyway, I don't like don't like the fact that we can be called on, but this is the easiest way to guarantee a chance to meet with what's his name?
Primarch?
More charisma, basically.
Yeah, this is gonna backfire on us. I'm calling it now.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the question isn't will this backfire on us. Doesn't matter what plan we went with.
Wow. You never know. It could go perfectly fine.
I mean, it can only be better than some
Lies.
of the Facebook ads for a mobile game that I've been getting lately, where every single choice, like whatever tier you choose to start out with, ends horribly and is really misogynistic for some reason.
Is that those stupid choices games?
That fucking like Call Me Emperor game that keeps popping up. That's some bullshit.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay, you haven't got that one because you're not. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, the choice games.
Yeah, things might go just fine, guys. You never know.
Said nobody ever. Someday they will. I promise.
I mean, so far so good.
We got in. We didn't have to pay any taxes, which was really impressive. Didn't have to bribe them or nothing.
Nope. They're very accepting of newcomers. You just have to agree to their laws.
And apparently have citizens.
Always.
That helps.
Funny how that works. Okay. I solemnly swear that Helgi Domer is not in any sort of political commentary. Before
I was gonna say.
Before anything else happens, I swear it isn't. I swear.
You gotta
Is
love
the
it when the
ruler of
setting
this
comes with a
nation
disclaimer.
orange?
Sorry?
So you gotta love it when a city comes with a disclaimer.
The
I
whole
was asking,
country
is the
does.
ruler of the city orange?
Fuck. No.
He is not.
Woo!
Oh, come on, Trudeau. It's obviously Trudeau.
No, it's not Trudeau. His name is the fucking Primarch.
Yeah, Trudeau is many things, but
Trudeau.
definitely not a Primarch.
That's true.
Trudeau is not nearly hardcore enough for a title like that. Are you kidding me? I don't know world leader is hardcore enough for a title like that. Except maybe that guy in Ireland with the two Bernies. A plus world leader. Two Bernese mountain dogs that he brings everywhere. But anyhow, yeah, swear it's not intended as any sort of political anything. Yeah.
This is fine.
All right. All right. So, you guys are still in the airship berth. I'm gonna leave and head out into the fortress of Akranes. Or what do you want to do?
I mean, we got a free room. We should at least see if it's, worth it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Not having to sleep in your bunks.
I mean, I probably have a reasonably nice bunk, honestly.
True.
Probably. Thera is also probably just used to bunks.
I mean, if it's not, if he probably always sleeps on hammocks, unless he can't.
That's true. Bunks or hammocks. All right. So, you guys head out into the streets into the streets of Akranes, leaving through the one of the side doors on the airship berth. Ramus pops into existence on the gunnel of your ship again and waves a cheery goodbye as you head out.
Is Realm staying too?
But as you leave,
Or
yeah, Realm's staying with him.
mm-hmm.
So you head out onto the streets of Akranes. As you head out, head out, the part of town that you're immediately in appears to be what looks like a military base. Two men wearing badges with a sword behind a shield immediately stand to attention as you exit the doors of your berth, while several columns of about 100 men practice marching ahead of you across a large stone field. Welcome. They look at the badges on your chests. Adventurers.
Hello.
You need any directions?
I understand there's a guild hall.
We'll escort you to the gates and give you some directions from there.
Perfect.
And the two of them set off, leading you guys through the very straight and wide streets of the encampment. You frequently pass other columns of men marching through the streets, as well as individuals, always on the opposite side of the street from you. They lead you out to the gates. Head 2 blocks down, turn on A Street, and you'll see the Adventurers Hall with the pair of crossed swords, just like your badges.
Okay.
You should be able to
Two
find at
down,
least a
A
room there.
Street, like our badge.
Just like that. So, you head out through the gates onto another very straight, very wide street. The people on this street aren't in uniform. They bear a wide variety of different badges, but they are all. One thing that you immediately notice is that everybody who is heading up the street is entirely on the right-hand side of the road, and everybody who's coming down the street towards you is entirely on the left side. They are all walking. They're not quite marching synchronized, but they're pretty close. Lining the streets are what look like shops with a few merchant stalls. And they all have signs out front reading the same. Each of them has a name for their shop and then a particular slogan repeated underneath it, which is Samain Stondum Vil.
Huh.
What was that again?
Samain Stondum Vil.
Anyone read that? By anyone, I mean probably Bauer or Dickeroy. I don't know.
Jeff is trying to figure out what it's supposed to mean first.
It is a major bastardization of what the actual
Latin would have been.
Icelandic would have been.
Oh. Yeah. Jeff doesn't speak Icelandic.
Neither does Chris.
Does Diggeroy.
Something about being the same.
Why would you insult Diggeroy like that?
Diggeroy does not either. Jesus Christ, roll 20.
Rip.
I know from being around here, maybe, but
Bauer, make a history check. Normally, I'd say yes. Actually, yeah. Christona, make it with advantage. Bauer, too. So 21. Christona, what do you get?
Come on. History. Go. Hey.
Pair of 21s. You both know it roughly translates to United We Stand. And it seems to be... It's on each one of these signs. You continue walking through, of course, on the right-hand side of the road, like civilized people. You head up the street. At the first intersection you come to, it's on the street signs too, in small print at the bottom.
Out of curiosity, does everyone,
Mhm.
like, you said everyone has various badges. Does literally everyone have badge?
Literally everyone is wearing a badge.
Mm-hmm.
Various shapes, metals. Not all of them are gold, silver, bronze. Some of them are iron, steel, aluminum. But literally everyone is wearing a badge of some kind. You see at the guard who is directing traffic in the middle of the intersection you're coming up to, there's another badge that he's wearing that has a kite shield with the word Helgi Domer emblazoned on it on his armor. You see what looks to be a baker baking bread in his shop, who's wearing what looks like a badge with a peel, or that's a I'm reasonably sure it's called a peel. The big stick with a platform at the end of it, like a
Stick with
pizza peel.
Pizza peel? Oh wait, like, oh, like,
I
yeah, one of those
believe
wooden...
I know the tool you're referring to, and I
Yes.
have no idea what it's called.
The thing they spin pie plates on.
Yes.
Yeah,
I've heard
like
as of a
Ukyo
minute
has
ago
as
that
a...
it's called a peel.
like a spatula, kind of. Like a giant spatula.
Whoops. Yeah, basically.
Like
I too
Ukyo from
basically
Ranma.
foreign coding.
But anyhow, that's what fellow that you see is wearing. The soldiers who you saw are wearing a sword hidden behind a shield, or were wearing a sword hidden behind a shield. With yeah, I know it's not. It didn't copy properly.
There's totally pizza in Helgi Domer. It's all the same
Absolutely.
kind, though. It's all square pizza.
That's thick crust, too.
What's wrong with square pizza?
Heretics.
There. No, you can use it for like bread and shit too. They might have pizza though.
This is Gem Society.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
got it.
literally, this is what society?
Steven Universe Gem Society.
I haven't watched enough Steven Universe to get
So
that
much
reference.
caste system.
Eh, eh, you'll see. You'll, I'm somehow sure, have more exposure to it. Somehow I just know it. All right. So you keep heading down. Do you guys want to stop in at any of the shops or anything while you're here? Or
Someone seems to want pizza.
Yeah. I mean, generally speaking, if Diggeroy sees something that looks interesting, he would, but without being there to gauge what interesting means.
that's fair. You do, in fact, see a little shop on the far side of the road that has pizza in it. Or that has, I guess none of your characters would know what pizza is, probably. That has what looks like a baked flatbread with some sort of tomato covering and cheese on it. It's got some nice little charred spots on it. The whole shebang. It looks like a very nice Neapolitan pizza.
Or would, if we had any idea what that was.
Yes, it
Right.
would. If your characters had any idea
I'm
what that was.
curious about this unusual food stuff.
All right. You cross to the other side of the road, braving the abrupt change in direction of people as you cross the halfway point of the road and make it into the shop. Welcome, welcome. Care to try some of our pizza?
Sure.
Pizza.
Just a piece, or would you like a whole pizza?
Just a piece to start.
Alrighty. He pulls a pizza out of the oven. Fresh one just came out. He slices it up into 6 pieces and slides one over the counter to you. It is a very well formed piece of pizza. Minimal droop, no visible oiliness, very red sauce, nice char on the bottom of the crust.
I guess I just pick. Since he didn't hand you utensils, I guess I'll just pick it up and eat it.
He did not hand you utensils, you're right. You pick it up, put it in your mouth, bite down. It's good pizza.
Kristone's just curiously leaning a little bit too much into his personal space, just really interested in what he thinks.
It's like I don't know how to describe the taste of good pizza. I'm sorry, but it's good.
But I know exactly what
Yes,
you
know
mean.
exactly what you mean.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's got their own preference for pizza, but it's good pizza.
That's excellent.
Right? I've been selling these to the boys at the base for months. They love it, especially after drinking. You can ask them in character if you want.
Do they have pineapples here? This might not be tropical enough.
Looking over is. I don't think the map really conveys the scale properly, but it is a big place. Been experimenting with different things to put on it as well. Um, this one's just cheese, but we get a little bit of sausage to put on it, maybe a bit of mushroom.
Blink. Steps back slightly.
He doesn't even really notice that Cristona does that. Bit of mushroom, some onion. Um, one of the boys from the base keeps trying to get me to put corn on these, which I don't care for, but. You give me 20 minutes and I'll make you one with whatever I have in stock on it.
That's all right. Maybe when it's mealtime, we'll come back.
All right. We'll be glad to have you back for some more pizzazz.
Cristona just moves outside first.
All right.
Yeah.
Honestly. Actually, what it is. But other than that, you see a few people offering what seem like some rudimentary fried foods. You see a few offering fresh vegetables. One butcher shop up the way. At least one place that looks like it's selling little tourist trinkets. Little tiny little portraits of the fortress of Akranes, or little fake badges to take home.
Fake badges.
Which suggests we're not normally able to take our badges home.
Just gonna keep heading towards the where they said to go for the guild hall.
All right. You pass by a couple more guards directing traffic. On your way up the couple of blocks, you eventually reach a point where you turn left onto a slightly less crowded street. And you can easily see a pair of crossed swords sticking out over the road, denoting the Adventurers Guild.
Go get the door and hold it open for people.
Yeah. Head that way.
Alrighty. You head in, and behind the desk there is a fellow with what looks like a feather quill for badge. He's a little bit mousy, wears what look like glasses, and he stands up straight as you come in, having clearly been doodling. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. How can I help
Thank you. I'm sorry, say again?
How can I help you?
Oh, yes. Well, we're new in town.
Okay.
And when we described what we were doing here, they said we were adventurers. And said he could make us bronze members. I point to my badge. So I figured it behooved us to find out what all that means.
So if you're a bronze member, you're from out of town or out of the country?
Out of country is kind of understating it, actually.
Where are you from? The Four Skull Strait? Warrian Kingdom?
Roundabout there.
long way from home. Um, so if you're bronze adventurers, we can let you into. That means we can let you into the guild hall. You can stay in our rooms for free. But your obligation in exchange for that is to accept a minimum of one contract per month. Or per month that you are present in Helgidoma. You have no restriction on how many months out of the year you have to stay in Helgidoma, though.
Are there... What sorts of contracts would that include?
Anything really. It might be something as straightforward as monster investigation. It might be a concerned citizen coming forward and requesting an investigation, but the guards are understaffed and don't have time to handle it.
What if it conflicts with our duties to a god?
If it conflicts with your duties to a god, you would be expected to formally divest yourself of the contract at the nearest opportunity, or ideally to not take the contract in the first place. You'd have to pay if you had to divest yourself of the contract after taking it. You would be required to pay a cancellation fee. It's mainly there as a disincentive for frivolous cancellation. It's not a large fee, but it ends up going towards whatever after effects may come from our contracts.
But the contract can be chosen ahead of time?
If you'll follow me inside, there is a board full of contracts that you may pick whichever one you choose from.
Okay. But that's not too bad.
Man said that there was a test to take for gold.
Ah, yes. You'll need to head to the capital to do that. We don't have the facilities for it here.
Okay. People normally just walk or ride to the capital?
Yes.
How long does that take?
2.5 weeks. If everything goes well and they don't have a contract on the way.
Could one sail to the capital? Is that a thing that happens?
There is inlet to the north of us that would get you closer to the capital, but the capital itself is landlocked.
Ooh. Is there...
It'll drop in the foothills around the Fjell Mountain.
Here's a question. Would Kristen have been anywhere like near Helgidomer to have been at like trees in that area? And are there any trees in this area?
Yes, there are trees in this area.
good to transport via plants.
Can you bring people with you for that?
Any creature can step into the target plant and exit by using 5 feet
Huh.
of movement.
Nice.
It's 6th level.
Damn.
I must have seen or touched the destination plant at least once before.
Okay. So you're primarily from the northern part of Helgi-Domer. Transport via plants. Hmm.
Yeah, where would I have had to go to get off the continent here to get to where we originally gathered?
That is a very good question because I did not consider that when I was on this map. There's likely a smaller.
Unless one of the other members were higher up and already had this kind of spell.
Huh. Okay, there would be. So, fun fact: this island up here is actually the island of Kummersbeck.
Hey!
That's where you're from, Bauer. Uh,
Hey, we were neighbors.
so, I'm gonna go ahead and say that there's a smaller port here, but most likely, if you wanted to get off continent, you would actually probably head to a Cranes.
So I would have had to go kind of through Helgi-Domer a little bit, or like...
Yes. Which would have taken you out of the forest. Likely, you almost certainly did not climb Fjall Mountain.
Go under it.
Yes, which would take you under it, roughly around there, outside the foothills, and take you to a Crayons from there. So, you would have memory of a tree just north of Fjall Mountain, which is basically which is the tallest mountain in the world.
Everest.
Let's not make any cute analogies about it. There are certain passes through the mountains. They are not necessarily well known, but there are ways through the mountains to Helgedom. If you would take that way, it is potentially shorter. Or you can just head to the foothills, like here, which is a bit of a longer distance, but more certain.
Just strong at least to offer the idea of cutting some time off.
Are you going to offer this in front of the Clark?
Oh no. We're gonna step aside for that conversation.
Okay.
Alright, so we could do that. But we're pretty sure the person we're looking for is in the capital, right?
Well, you're looking for the Primarch, right?
Yep.
Well, that is his home.
Yes.
I mean, that's definitely where his address is.
Yeah. If you're looking for him, that's a good place to start.
And most probably the place to request an audience.
Right. Okay, so we could walk or ride, or we transport via plants. It sounds like we could get moderately close, but not quite
Ooh.
there.
Yeah, but then we could say we've walked through plants.
There is that.
I vote for the planet experience.
There's almost like almost a smirk. It might be a smirk. Like a proud little smirk at that.
So we're gonna go for Kristona's herbal experience here.
Are trees considered herbal? Is that how it works?
Close enough.
All right.
I believe this will also increase our elevation.
Oh yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
a funny way of saying it's gonna get you
Yeah,
high.
hi. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, we're definitely getting in the weeds on this one. So yeah, you got that something before we get there, huh? So
I'm surprised we haven't had more drug references with a magic mushroom lady.
I mean, to be fair, she fucking got fucked up on magic mushrooms once, so.
He sure did. It was great.
I think we can only wait for the opportune moment because it's always right there.
That is some fucked up cannibal bullshit.
Why do you think I had somebody offer you magic mushrooms? Alrighty.
Yeah, looks like that's the plan.
Alrighty. You want to pick up a contract here? Or,
Let's take a
do it
look at the
somewhere.
board.
Alright. So you see a surprising number of requests on the board that just say census irregularities with no other explanation. They just say census irregularities, a town name, and then a reward value underneath it. There is also actually, yeah, probably 50%ish are just census irregularities.
Yep, I know.
Okay.
That's probably not a word that Kristona would know.
That's very fair. All right. So, other than that, on the board you have an investigate murders in Holler, which is actually the city down here. You have a Chimera nest needs exterminating. That's actually in the foothills of Helgi Domer. You have a notice of stone giants in the tunnels near Akranes. You have All right. You also have a contract on the board that's just labeled with 5 skulls and shows and says, "Wanted, Astral Dreadnought."
I'm sorry, what?
You heard me.
Probably a pushover.
Warning, death incarnate.
One sec. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
You also see a single heart contract that just says, "Crazy old man yelling at people. Please relocate to homeless shelter."
Damn it, Tariq.
Hush you.
I wonder if it's a crazy old guy we know.
I have a feeling that relocating him would always be a temporary measure.
Assuming it's the same guy.
Yeah. I mean, is it any one old man who yells?
I thought they all did.
Well, Bauer would know.
Because finding a old man who's yelling at people shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, you can always request it from Request Bauer.
The more you know.
Any contracts in particular catching you guys' eye?
The Chimera Nest seems like the most straightforward.
Okay.
I'm not committed to that one yet, but
Would it be along our way with the tree teleportation?
It would.
I'm down.
Yeah.
You and Bauer?
Sure.
Cool. All right.
okay. We'll go back to the clerk and say we want to do that one.
All right. He nods at you. Alrighty. So looks like there's a nest of chimeras sitting in the foothills just east of the capital. That's an odd place for them to be. But seems pretty straightforward. You sure you can handle it?
Find out.
Hmm.
All right. Oh, he takes out a little stamp from under his desk, peers at the numbers on you guys' badges, and stamps the contract. Writes your badge numbers on it as well. Hands it off to you. All right. Should all be set.
Okay.
Give a nod. Head out to find a tree.
All right. You'll need to. Oh, there's probably a city park. Almost certainly
Roll
a city
survival
park.
to find a tree.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll survival to find the nearest tree.
Okay. Let's go tree finding. Tree finding, go. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can find trees so good. So
You
good.
find trees so good. Within a minute or two, you've managed to navigate the Helgedomer streets and find the nearest park, in which there is a large, majestic oak tree towering over a nice little pond.
All right. Then Stone is going to go up to the tree and take a look back at the others, make sure they're close by. Are you all ready? Or did you want more of that pizza?
Let's go.
Yeah, there's no reason to stick around.
Not that. Take the staff and place it up against the tree and start casting transport riot plants.
All right.
I figure just like a bunch of like spores come off the staff, start growing mushrooms along the thing, and it kind of like looks like it's kind of not dissolving, but like fuck, what do they call it?
Sparing?
Like shit. What's a term for like
Disenfranchising.
breaking down a little bit?
Decomposing.
Decomposing.
Disintegrating?
Thank you. And like pulling it back, but it's like peeling it back slightly with mushrooms, and then making a little door.
Alrighty. You do exactly that. You make a little mushroom door in the tree.
Hooray! And
Is
then
the
just go
tree
step
gonna
through.
be okay? I say as I prepare to step through.
It will close.
In 6 seconds.
Oh, step lively.
Move! Go, go, go.
Do you all step through the tree? I think you only have to touch it.
Yeah.
Oh no, you actually have to step into it. Do you all step into the tree?
Of course. I mean, we've stepped into weirder things.
You're not wrong.
You can see Bauer like diving through, planning on tucking and rolling when he comes out.
Yelling parkour as he does.
Oh yeah, absolutely parkour.
Absolutely. I pictured Bauer swan diving through.
Yelling parkour. Yes, I approve of.
Cannonball!
Swan dive.
Yeah, once they're through, just on the other side, it's the same thing, and then it just kind of closes back up, but like it leaves some mushrooms along the edge of that tree.
All right. So the tree forms a few mushrooms, and you manage to make it through the other side, which takes you into the foothills, or just outside the foothills of the Fjall Mountain, or Fjall Mountain.
We got high.
You sure fucking did. Everybody roll me a con save. Roll a con save against getting high as fuck.
This is fine.
Y'all joked about it, motherfuckers. It's canon now.
I was referring to the elevation.
Well, yeah, we're in the hills of the giant mountain.
Ugh. Kristona and Sadok, you have a little bit of trouble with elevation sickness as you come out of the foothills, or come out into the foothills. That's what the kids are calling it these days, right? Altitude sickness.
Yeah, totally.
Air quotes.
Totes. Um. Alrighty. So, somewhere in this side of the foothills. So, in this box, somewhere in there, is a den of chimeras.
Have any of us seen a chimera
It's not
before?
scary.
Or know what a
Only
chimera
13
is?
feet across, so it shouldn't take too long to search.
Chimeras, sorry, chimeras, I should have been more specific with the contract. Chimeras in this is a more general term just relating to mishmashes of creatures.
Okay. Hmm. Let's see.
No, but seriously, how big is that box?
Oh, how big is the right? Call it 30-ish miles across. 30 by 20.
Of hills, though.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if we start crisscrossing.
We could also just camp in the middle of it and see what tries to hunt us.
There's that.
Ooh, I like that plan.
There you go.
Yeah.
We
walk
can be
across-
lazy fucking adventurers. They must come to us.
I mean, if they're problematic enough to warrant a contract with them, they'll probably try to eat us.
That's the most adventurous fucking way to solve a problem.
We throw ourselves at the problem.
Literally.
Let's camp in the middle of it and see what tries to kill us.
I mean,
It's a perfectly
someone's got tiny
reasonable
hut, right?
solution.
Someone's got tiny hut, maybe?
No, I don't think anybody has tiny hut.
Fuck.
Also, if we had tiny hut, they might not try to hunt us. I feel like
Yeah.
If we're not all in the tiny hut, then at least they can smell one of us.
Yeah, exactly.
the
Then you can immediately
that might
run
be
into the
Another pickup
hut
virtual
if
caster.
you need to.
Question. All you guys are more or less good aligned, right? More or less?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Neutral-ish?
Vaguely?
I think that's an answer of none of us.
Yeah, I got a lot of sures and maybes from that, so
I don't think any of us are explicitly evil either.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
mostly where you
sure
just...
I know none of you are evil.
Per se.
It's really funny that none of us are good, though.
Depends on what your
Yeah,
definition of
kind of.
evil.
I mean, I make fungus zombies. I gotta be at least neutral.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, clerics are supposed to be good, right?
Depends on the guy.
You're not that kind of cleric.
You're not wrong.
Though you might actually be like the most good of the group of us, considering that.
I mean, that is probably true.
That's really sad.
It's also not a high bar.
It's not a high bar.
Why do you ask about the good thing?
No reason.
No reason. Just want to
Hmm.
know.
Yeah. Well, none of you are suffering from any curses, diseases, or poisons, right?
No! As of several adventures ago.
Yay!
Cool.
Depends whether or not you count a ghost in my head, but
Is it really a curse
That
if
is
you don't
something
suffer from
really,
it?
really
I mean,
fun
he does
yourself.
suffer from it if he casts certain spells.
Or if Nolan just starts talking at certain points.
That's true.
I can hear you, kid.
I stand by what I said.
I like how like an alignment
Case
question turned
in
into actually
point.
talking to him. I like how it's just the idea that we're all in character talking about are any of us cursed or poisoned or diseased at the moment. Just like,
We're just remembering random chimera lore. Like, can they
Oh, yeah.
spell evil?
it's true.
Does anyone else qualify as evil?
Yeah, it's that sort of like discussion.
Not explicitly evil, which is good. Considering where they are, but you know, this is something much less sinister than I think than I think. Yeah. Right. So, what do you actually want to do to try and find these chimeras?
Well,
The other advantage of the camping in the middle plan is we're less likely to be exhausted at the end of it. Whereas if we're wandering around the hills all day, that's tiring.
Plus, if we don't get attacked during the night, we can just start a spiral pattern.
Yeah.
Are there any animals around here that I could speak with and see if they've seen any weird shit? That might be a start.
Interrogate the animals.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
There are no big animals immediately around you.
No very confused bears wondering where the hell we came from.
All right.
All right. So you spot a few birds flying overhead. You also spot in the foothills what appear to be some small rodent-like creatures who are going about their business. They seem to have an unusual amount of vigor.
Let's see if I can like. If there's any sort of like berries or anything like that I can grab to just like as an offering as I go over and start casting Speak with Animals.
Sure, there's a few around.
I'll do that and try to get their attention, offer it to them. Hello.
Did you cast Speak with Animals?
Yep.
Sorry? Okay. They all turn towards you and look towards you very curiously. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Gonna like set down the berries in front of them. We were
They
curious
cock their head and look at them.
you have seen any strange large creatures. Look like beasts that should not be formed together. New
No.
predators.
No. No. No new predators. No. No. Berries?
Yep, just give it a
And they'll go and munch on the berries a little bit.
Any
Just gonna make
strange
a-
noises?
Make a nature check for me, Christina.
Yup.
Cool. So the creature,
Oh fuck.
God, I hate.
Now you don't.
Oh, good. Christona, these little rodents seem to be unusually sleek looking.
Sleek as in.
Like they almost seem as if they've evolved towards a more idealized form.
Idealized.
Hmm.
So, like, supermodel squirrels.
Basically, like
Wow.
they're a bit fluffier. They don't seem to be like aggressive or afraid of you at all. Um, they're still fucking squirrels, but
Hmm.
They are nevertheless rats with good PR.
Pretty much.
I think about that. Like, where do you come from?
here,
Just here.
over there, here, around.
Ouch. Shit.
They kind of just run.
Hmm. Hmm. Are there others around here that look anything like us? And pointing back to self, pointing back to Diggeroy Bauer. People.
Over there, and they one of them points their tail towards the road.
Trying to think about the right way to ask about. Shit. Idealist. Are there any large creatures in this area?
Bear.
Bear.
Mm-hmm.
Do
He eats us.
I'll kind of frown at that and give a nod. Where does the bear live?
One of them points their tail in the foothills. Over there. Roughly that way.
Just kind of give a nod. Still a little confused by their pretty weird appearance, but kind of just offers the berries again and then steps back. Thank you.
All right. They eagerly chow down on the berries.
I walk back to the group and give a slight shrug. Mentioned a bear, but did not consider it strange. Any strange creatures. But they were slightly strange to us. Not as a chimera, however.
Squirrel chimeras would be new and different.
Yes.
That just gave me a terrible fucking idea.
I was gonna say, I'll send meat, see what they do.
The squirrel has a 6-pack. That's the idea. It's weird. We could potentially search for the bear they mentioned, and pointing in the general direction that they're pointed.
If for no other reason than to know where the bear is.
Yes. We are also curious if the bear is slightly odd.
Well, if it's been slightly odd for a while, the squirrels might not realize it's odd.
Exactly. Welp, you went down that rabbit hole, that squirrel hole. I don't know. Can't help you.
We should have known better. So I guess in the direction of the bear.
And really hope it is, in fact, just a regular bear.
Does it like picnic baskets? Can we find...
All right. I would like you all to please make me survival checks.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Cool. So as you're walking, you notice a couple of weird things. You're all, as you walk, you don't lose any energy. You actually gain vigor and energy and stamina as you walk through here. It's almost as if something is uplifting you in your very heart. Secondly, every source of water that you see runs crystal clear. Every single one.
Is this like kind of like the wild magic that just pops up sometimes when they're traveling? Does it seem like it, or?
Arcana check or wild magic or detect magic or both.
Whoa.
It is not wild magic.
Is this druidic magic?
No. It is not. It actually seems closest to clerical magic.
Huh.
Good at typing?
Sorry?
I get it.
Ha.
Oh. Ha ha ha.
So if someone's making chimeras with divine magic by accident, would that be a clerical error?
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm disappointed yet so proud at the same time. Oh my god. I hate you motherfuckers.
No, you don't. At least tell people about the divine magic that this might be.
Interesting. Any way to know which divine being would be fueling this magic?
Uh, uh, make either a religion or a history check. Follow your dreams. Okay. Diggeroy, you are familiar with stories that you would have heard a while ago about some sort of being who lives on top of the Fjall Mountain and who is said to give protection to the surrounding lands. It's not a god, but it is something, some sort of celestial is supposed to live up there.
Seems odd that they would allow dangerous chimera to exist.
What are adventures guilds for?
Oh, so the contract is from the Celestial. I get it.
There was no name on the contract.
I'm just gonna keep on the lookout for the bear for the moment.
All right. Yeah, getting back to the bear. Um, you guys do manage to navigate your way towards, in the direction that the rodents pointed you, towards a bear nest, or towards a bear den. Sorry, it's not a nest. When you get there, you hear the sound of ripping flesh and the snap of very large jaws as they chew down on it, and more than one set of them.
Mm-hmm. Is there anywhere to kind of hide behind and try to get a vantage point from some
Sure.
cover?
Sure. There are several rocks, and you're still at the top of a hill, so you can peek your head over.
I was going to say, lie
And-
down,
Yeah,
kind of
gonna lie
crawl
down,
over
yeah, do
the crest of the hill and
Yeah.
take a peek.
Lie down, try and make me stealth checks with advantage, and a perception check.
I'm gonna hang back while they do that.
Sure.
Whoa! Wow! Oh, wow.
Good
Looks
job,
like I didn't
Christoph.
matter.
Wow.
Yeah, Bauer, you want to try and roll a stealth check anyways, just for shiggles?
Sure.
Wow, not every day we see Kristona do worse than Bauer.
Yep. It's really thrown off by this situation. Wow.
All right. So you poke your heads over the lip. Kristona unfortunately manages to snap a branch while placing her hand incautiously. And so you do spy just over the hill what look like three. They have the bodies of wolves, but they have what look like antlers on their heads. They're unnaturally thin as they rip and tear at the body of a bear. But they hear Kristona snap the branch, and they see the group of you at the tip of the hill, and they begin to charge towards you. I would like you all to please drop your tokens at the bottom and roll some initiative for me.
It begins.
It sure does.
Sweet.
Keep having to update my token. Never has the right HP on it. There we go.
Yeah. Same.
I can do that for you guys.
Oops. Shit. Oh, that's still right. That's still right.
All right.
Sorry, waiting for roll 20.
No worries. It does this. We all know.
Yeah.
Roll 20 is a dick. All right. So, to nobody's surprise, Sadok, these horrible chimera-looking things have turned towards you guys and are beginning to charge. However, you have first shot off on them. What would you like to do?
I think it should come as a little surprise that I'm gonna go ahead and shoot them. I'll shoot the
Wow.
closest one.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god, you died.
Right, I
Well,
know.
13 will miss.
Okay, I get to reroll a
Um,
miss. So take a 20 instead.
Cool. So the 19 will still miss, but the other 3 will hit.
That's
First.
22, 19, and 21.
Cool. So 62.
Yeah.
Where's the reroll miss from? Remind me.
Hmm?
Right.
Aha.
Right. Gloomstalkers.
Yeah.
Aren't they the best?
Man, I wish I had a Gloomstalker. Um,
Pat pat.
It almost makes up for the dead levels. Almost.
don't get me, don't get me fucking started on the Ranger. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Nona, you're up.
Okay. Well, I'm going to activate my symbiotic entity.
Cool.
1, 2. Gonna run forward, and I'm gonna activate the spectral armor just to get better vantage.
Cool.
That's me.
Is that your turn? Alrighty. I still really need better battle music. No, I won't put that on. I don't want you to hear copyright struck again. It is their turn, however. They are going to run. This one in front is going to charge directly at you, Kristona. And it's going to lower its horns and attempt to gore you.
So it has. The spectral armor. Myself. All attacks using non-magical weapons made at disadvantage.
17. Alrighty.
Nope.
So it attempts to gore. This guy's going to move here. This guy's going to move here. He's going to make another attack at you.
Nope.
That will also miss.
Nope.
Jesus Christ.
Very much
well,
Matrix dodging through this as the spectral armor just looks like the after.
Yep. They
Sweet.
all miss. Ready.
It's good to be the tank.
Roy. You're up.
Kind of changes what I was gonna do.
I mean, you can still get me with whatever you want to hit either way.
I wonder if I has. I'll just read this again.
I mean, like, if it's like, what was it, like, the hypnotic pattern or something like that, that's fine. That's alright.
Actually thinking of that one. I'm trying to see if I can draw a line through all of them now.
Ooh.
Or can I bend it, I guess is the real question.
Circle that has a 20-foot diameter and is up to 20 feet high and 5 feet thick. You could lock Cristona in there with them.
Can I do like a V-shaped wall?
I think it's just a straight line or a circle.
To be fair, you can
looks
lock
like.
Kristona in there with them, and then she can just walk out because spectral armor.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, I could now do it this way. I want it. Yeah, center it there, just above this guy,
Okay.
so that the two are immediately caught.
So center it there, and then you want to cast all three. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. So they need to make dex save. Wow. You're doing good, guys. You're doing
Hooray!
so good. So good. So good. So good.
So good.
There we go.
Alrighty. So roll your damage, please. Oh, 27. It's already in there.
27 for the first. And a bardic inspiration for Bauer.
Yay!
Come on, they're right there, waiting for you.
All right. Well, speaking of Bauer, you're up.
How big are these things?
Large.
Okay, then I'll try to push one. Probably the one to the right.
Ready. You succeed.
Hooray!
It is pushed down. and also pink. You push it down,
Ignore that.
right? All right, 26, 27, 21 will all hit. Good, good. Let the heating go flow through you. Dope. All right, you deal a solid 30 and knock
Oh
him
yeah,
on his ass. Sorry?
+3 for the thing. Mage crusher damage.
Right out.
Nice.
Right. Oh. All right. That takes us. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Dope. It takes us to Sadok. So this guy in the middle is, I believe, shielded from view because of Wall of Thorns.
I believe it provides cover. Blocks line of sight, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you cannot see him. These
it's
guys
good.
are half out of it,
I
though.
get the impression it would be at least half cover.
Okay. I'll go for the one on the left.
Well, you have sharpshooter, so you ignore cover.
Yeah.
So they're visible to you. So go ahead and shoot them.
Yeah.
That should
That'll miss.
not
Oh,
have
no.
advantage. Not that it matters.
Still misses. Still misses. Still misses.
Ooh.
Last one hits.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I need to stop doing sharpshooter on these guys. AC's too high. But yeah, I guess just a 17 then.
All right. You put a one good shot into him with sharpshooter. Well done.
And yeah, that'll be it for me.
That's the last squirrel chimera, I promise.
Okay.
Exactly. It's a moose. Who wouldn't want a squirrel and a moose?
So it's Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Clearly, we need Russian agents to defeat them.
Yes.
Clearly.
Clearly. Oh wait, hold on. People need to see this shit. Except I can't get it all the way. But y'all understand what I mean.
It's okay. I'm somehow now that I've discovered it, I'm somehow certain you'll be fighting one at some point.
Of course.
Okay. It's Kristona's turn.
Yep. So let's keep this one in front focused. So I'm gonna well, let's shillelagh and take us a couple
The
swings
one
at
to
it.
your right is prone.
The one where? Oh.
The one to your right is prone. Bauer
Oh.
knocked him prone.
Okay. Let's take a couple swings at that one.
Q.
Q.
Take a couple of them swangs.
Swing. Okay.
Those will both hit.
Boom.
So that is what, 18 and 20 damage.
Yep. But that's my turn.
Alrighty. So, 38 damage later, you smack him a couple of times, and then Wall of Thorns as if they start their turn in the thing.
Enters or end their turn there.
Enters or ends their turn.
But it is 4 feet of movement to move 1 foot.
Great. These guys do have plenty of movement. Sadok shot the left one. I think
We'll
he's
take
the only one
3
who's
feet of
hurt
that
him.
to get out, and one of them has to stand up first.
Right. Oh no, this guy is going to keep fighting Cristona, and the one that's prone, it will stand up. But he's just going to stand in the thorns. Well, he'll stand up, expend 20 feet of movement to move for a square.
This is fine.
This guy will move over a bit to make room for him. This guy is going to spend 20 feet of. Well, okay, that's 20 feet of movement. That's 40. He still has barely enough to make it onto the back line.
Well, fuck.
Bauer and Cristona, you both get opportunity attacks on him if you wish.
I'll take it.
Oof. That is truly
I
unfortunate.
was so
Bauer.
impressed by how it can move that far. That
Hey!
in
Take that 26 damage, sucker. I rolled a 26 and did 26 damage. Nice.
Consistent.
Nice. Alrighty. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Right. They still have to attack.
do they have to?
Yes.
Aw, man.
Yes, they do. So that's Cristona still spectral armored.
No.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure
I
20.
mean, that only lasts a turn, right?
Right.
Then
So
I
23 hits
used,
you.
yeah. Well, I mean, they
24 and a 23 hit you.
yeah, they both hit me. So yeah, spectral armor isn't up this round because I used
Fortunately, they
shillelagh.
do not have. Unfortunately, they do not get gore attacks this round.
Hey.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
I just tanked the gore, which is very Halloween.
They still do 44 damage to you.
Yep.
Ow.
Ouch. That's okay.
Power, the other one's going to go at you. 23 and a 22 hit you.
Yes.
Oof. Oof.
All right.
They have a nasty bite.
They sure do. So this is piercing damage for anybody to whom it matters. As they use their long, very powerful legs to jump up on you guys and start biting and slashing at you with their claws. And what's your AC again?
Who's?
Sadok's.
17.
Hey! Yas!
Get wrecked.
Woo!
God
Fuck
damn it.
you!
All right. Well, Diggeroy, you're up.
I am, and I just realized I could swap out a spell last level. I didn't only get an ASI. So I absolutely would have swapped hold monster for hold person.
Sure. That's a little unfortunate given your current situation, but sure, you can do that.
This is fine. Everything is fine.
Everything is fine.
Everything is awesome.
But you're right. I will step up here and stabby stab.
Give him the stabby stick.
As soon
Give
as
him
roll
the
20
stick.
goes-
Don't give him the stick.
Heyo. You will succeed in stabbing him at least
Hooray!
once.
Yes, good.
I will mobile flourish.
All right.
Ooh.
That's 10. And I push him 15 feet away.
All right.
And I will not use my reaction to catch up.
Cool. So you push him 15 feet away somehow with your rapier. You manage to push the big
Like a badass.
jackalope looking motherfucker 15 feet away. Truly a feat that boggles the minds of those who witnessed it, aka Sidok. But it is done.
Yeah, speaking of which, I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Sadok. So you got
Cool.
You can absolutely plug him just now.
Plugging the jackalope just sounds like a euphemism for something.
Everything does if you just throw verbing the
Verbing
noun.
the
always
noun,
does.
yes.
I mean, considering how we got here, I was thinking earlier that seeing a druid about a tree would be an excellent euphemism for having to go to the bathroom in the woods.
Shit. It's funny because it's true.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Oh, God. You ruined me. So,
I mean,
Diggeray, you
it's
want to
either
do
peeing
it?
in the woods or getting hides. One or the other. It's very versatile.
I would have assumed it was a euphemism about getting high, not taking a dump, but
That's how fucking versatile it is.
Well, because I mean,
I
like, have you
guess.
heard I gotta go see a man about a horse? Because that's like a actual
Yeah.
Yeah.
for it. So, I don't know, it's just very similar.
It's fine.
Sure.
Everything's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, so Diggeray, you want to do anything else on your turn? Cool. Hey, Bauer, it's your turn.
Stop me if you've heard this one. But knock it down and smack it.
All right. It fails once more. Diggeray, does Wall of Thorns have a thing that lets you exclude creatures from it?
Does not.
I was
Okay.
wondering about that.
So, Bauer, you are currently surrounded by a wall of thorns. Just
So Bauer would
FYI.
absolutely have to tank it and use 20 feet of movement to get through.
Yeah. All right. The good news
Okay.
is all of
I'm-
those hit.
Quite happy where.
If you end your turn where you are right now, you have to make a dex save or take 78 slashing damage.
Huh.
You are standing in a wall of thorns right now.
I was wondering
Right,
about
right.
that.
Yeah, I think we're gonna move then after.
Cool. Oh damn. It makes your wisdom save.
The wall is 5 feet thick, so
So you need to spend 20 feet of movement to move out of the wall.
Right, and then so I have 10 left over, and I moved.
Alright. So you are now outside of the wall of thorns.
Yes,
This
and that
guy
will
is
be
looking.
my turn.
Alright. This guy who you knocked prone is looking very hurt, but not quite dead yet. Sadok! Diggeroy has full confidence that you'll be able to plug one of these fuckers.
I think I can do it.
Alright.
Go for the one to the left of us. We'll add the bardic inspiration to that.
Sure. Roll above a 1. There you go.
Nice.
You rolled above a 1.
Huzzah.
Alright. That'll hit. That will also hit. Not sharpshooter on the last one. I didn't know
No.
you had it in you.
Well, it's
There.
a sharpshoot as long as I can still use Stalker's Flurry, but on the last one I figured it probably wasn't going to help. So 48, yeah.
Nice.
Sweet 48. Alright, that one was also looking pretty not great, but it yet stands. Alright. So your turn, Sadok.
I will back up a little bit, but other than that, yes.
Move behind Diggeroy.
I have 3 meat shields. I'm going to use them.
It's true.
There is no judgment here. Well, yeah, more or less no judgment. Alright, Kristona, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna take a
You are
whack.
now alone in the Wall of Thorns.
Yep. I'm gonna take a couple whacks at the one that's prone, right? That's.
Yep, the one with the snail on him is prone.
Yup.
Looking very bad.
Take that and
Alright.
that. And then in bonus action activate that spectral armor and walk the hell through the
Cool. So your
thorns.
first attack kills this guy.
Oh. Well, the other one wouldn't have been an advantage,
Um,
but it'd be 11 plus 4 plus 5.
Still hits. Still a 20.
Cool.
So the other one's looking bloodied.
Hits
I'll
the
make
other
an
one and then fucks
opportunity.
the fuck off. We'll get actually over
His
here.
opportunity attack will miss you.
Mhm.
And he is now stuck inside the Wall of Thorns. Like a very unhappy wolf deer.
Yep. Wolf, deer, or something.
Very unhappy wolf jackalope.
Wolfalope.
Sure. It is now their turn, however. So that one's going to come over here and basically be as close as he can to the wall and scratch and paw at it a little. while clearly psyching himself up to dive through it. This one, looking real bad. He's going to come a charging right at Diggeroy, the one who somehow pushed him with a rapier, and try and attack. Do either of those hit you?
Both 19s.
Yep.
Nope.
Cool. He's about to hit you, but your arcane shield slams into place just in time. And that'll be his turn. Which takes us over to Diggeroy. Oh no, I'm so
Okay.
tired.
Hmm.
Believe
Diggeroy,
I
you're up.
will try this again.
Alas, neither of those.
No.
So you stab out twice with your rapier, but you cannot quite seem to hit him.
I couldn't get around behind him this time.
No. You had enough flanking, buddy.
I will actually stay there, so.
No one to help you spit roast him.
Giggity.
Phrasing?
I know when
Right,
I
little help.
Is that your turn, Diggeroy?
That is Diggeroy's turn.
Alright. Bauer, you're up. So there's now a wall between you and the Wolfalope. But there is another one who's trying to kill Diggeroy.
So that right there is like, is that actually 5 feet or is that more?
It is
So
5 feet. It's just
movement to do
that so walking through the wall of thorns costs you 20 feet per 5 foot through the wall of thorns.
Yeah, I don't want to enter it though, because if I remember right, that's also nasty. So I'll just walk over here and
Sure
do
is.
something I've never done.
What's that?
I will attempt to push it down.
What?
Gasp.
You make these a disadvantage because he's a size bigger than you, yeah? What a
Do I?
thing? Am
I
I
think
crazy?
so.
Oh, okay. Something about might not be. Oh no, that's grapple checks, isn't it?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a grapple limitation by size. You can't grapple something that's like two more size
Yeah.
categories.
Two
Yeah.
sizes bigger than you, but one size is fine, and it's
that's
not
right.
at disadvantage.
Damn.
Yeah, you can totally grapple a horse, but you know, an elephant is out of the question.
Again, grappling the horse. Another euphemism.
Oh my god.
Different kind of euphemism.
Grapple
Well,
the stallion.
Out grabbing a horse by the leg, and now it can't run away. Holding it in place.
Yeah, that's what that means.
Yeah, well, so Diggeroy, you knock him on his or Bauer, you knock him on his ass. Yep. All of those will hit. And I think not quite the first one, but definitely the second one will just kill him.
Okay,
He
bye.
did. So now there is only the one inside the wall of thorns left.
Yeah.
So then to finish my turn on the
Alrighty. So that takes us to Sadok.
Is anybody injured?
yes,
Yep.
both Christina and I are probably about
Can't see Bauer's health bar. So.
I'm at least bloodied.
I'll throw a cure wounds on Christona.
Thank you.
And sit back and wait for the thing to show up.
Alrighty. So, Christona, you regain 17 hit points.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Christona, it's your turn.
Yes, it is. That's a good question. Let's see. What to do? How about... I'm thinking that... Well, I do have... Would I be able to pelt it with magic stones through the wall?
Don't have line of sight, so even
Yeah.
melee attacks are going to be rough.
That's true. I
Yeah.
mean, well, actually, to be fair, what you can do is cast activate the spectral armor, run through, smack it a couple times, then walk back out.
Sure.
I don't have advantage this time. 1, 2.
Those will both miss.
Boo. Well, step back out.
Well, he will miss as he attempts to attack you back.
Yep.
So, all in all, nobody was hurt. Nothing of value was accomplished.
No harm.
Stern
There
relief.
was enough.
No harm done, yeah, either way. For good or ill.
Cool.
I tried in there for no one can judge me.
Too bad it's not some sort of bird. We could say no harm, no foul.
Hey. I bet there's some bird in there. Slightly.
I imagine there's some very confused pheasants wondering where all these plants came from.
Probably a couple of turns or something, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I guess if there were no birds, there would be literally no fowl. So it still works.
Is this guy charging through the wall again?
Oh, what the hell?
Yes. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I can get him to attack somebody who isn't Christone.
Nope, fuck
And
off.
I'm failing. And I'm failing,
Yeah.
so it's Christona. Alright, he
Okay,
needs
so he does have to make the save. It's half damage on a pass,
Alright.
so 14.
Alrighty. And then he's going to try and attack Christona.
I'm gonna tank. I love being a tank.
Meow.
That was a sound. Is that
Meow.
the sound that it actually makes? Because it's some weird fucking chimera
Yes!
noise.
That's the sound it makes. It makes it like meow, meow sound
It's
as
also
it
Chunia.
tries,
It's like,
as
no,
it
no.
tries to attack you,
You know.
and it fails. Diggerel, it's your turn.
Tell us how you really feel.
Step up there.
Trust
Does
me,
seem to
nobody
be
wants
working
it.
overall, so I must stab it.
All right. You can certainly try.
Ugh. Right.
The
So,
dice gods
nothing
do
happened.
not smile on you, my friend. Well, they smile on your damage rolls. They do not smile on your attack rolls, though.
If there's nobody there to receive it, does a damage roll actually or happen?
It's a 2 and a 4 rolled.
I know. The dice gods do not smile. Bear, you are Alrighty.
Bom, bom.
Well, for once, it makes your athletic. It beats your athletics.
Guess I'll just have to do regular attacks.
Ugh. Oof. It does deprive you of at least one crit, but I'm not sorry.
I mean, still all hit, so I'm perfectly okay with.
They sure do all hit. That is 30. He's having a rough time, but he is still standing. Maybe not when Sadok's done plugging away at him, though. Sadok, can you plug the wolfalope?
Let's find out. Also phrasing.
Rude.
Oh!
Is it still up? Do I need to keep rolling?
Yes. Just barely.
Oh. Hey.
There we
Hey.
go. It had 1 health left. How do you want to do this?
Yes.
How would you like to kill him?
Oh, sorry, muted myself. Just a crossbow bolt to the eye.
Alright. You put a crossbow bolt into his eye, and he falls, making a meow sound as he dies.
Oh, damn.
You are left with only the echoing of meow, the giant wall of thorns, and
good.
the ripped apart body of a bear.
Sudoka hadn't done that. I had been half tempted to thorn whip him, spectral armor back through the thing, and then just yank him back into the thorns.
That's just cruel.
That
And
is
hilarious.
Would have been amazing.
How bad off is
Yes.
Bauer?
Above half.
Okay.
Not
I'll
by
drop
much.
the wall of thorns, or shouldn't I think I'll hold on to the wall of thorns for a bit.
Hmm.
'Cause the bear's all the way over there while we investigate the situation.
Wasn't the bear like getting eaten?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
don't
was.
worry about the bear coming after us or anything like that.
I'm kind of curious. I want to go check out that bear. Is it just like a bear?
It appears to be just a bear, except
Okay.
for all of the chunks it's missing.
Okay. Making sure.
You know, it's a very good-looking specimen of a bear. It looks very healthy. Its coat is very sleek.
It looks very healthy. Gash's nod out of it.
Well, yes. Besides the chunks that are missing.
This dead bear is so
Aside-
fucking healthy.
So healthy. It was
If it wasn't
the
dead, it'd be
healthiest
alive.
bear they could have eaten.
Okay. Let's go check out these weird things. Says one weird thing to another. Like, wasn't entirely sure if the bear might have been a druid. You never know.
No, it does not appear to have been a druid. You want to go check out the wolfaloops?
Yep.
Anybody else want to get in on this action?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, they have legs. See? 4 of them.
Yep. That's an animal.
I'm proficient in this. What the fuck? Okay. I can confirm wolves do not normally have antlers.
Are you sure?
Sure, I
I
want to
am
do. I'm
certain.
gonna do enhance ability and get
I'm a ranger,
advantage
and
on
I'm
this.
pretty sure that's normal.
Are you that kind of ranger?
I am not.
There you go.
I'm a city ranger.
He's Walker, Texas Ranger.
Of course.
But with crossbows rather than kicks.
Yeah.
Of course. All right. So yeah, Cristona, it has 4 legs. They're nice legs. You're pretty sure wolves do not normally grow antlers. You inspect it a little bit more, and there is literally stitches on it. I'm gonna unX one of these real quick.
Oh, jeez. This ain't even a. Ugh.
There are literally stitches on it beneath the ruff of fur beneath its neck.
Okay, so more Frankenstein, less Full Metal Alchemist. Okay.
That have actually attached the deer head to it.
Jeez.
There's definitely, some sort of magic used to actually make that work.
Mm-hmm.
And resolve some of the, biological difficulties there. But yeah, the head is physically stitched on. There are stitch marks there.
Immediately look disgusted at that.
Well, someone should lose their vet license.
What is a vet?
Someone who heals animals.
No healer.
No, but I'm wondering if they're here because if they weren't here, they'd die anyway. In this place where the healing magic is.
What an intriguing idea.
But that means what we're really looking for is a lab.
Hmm. Signs of people.
Black or golden?
Chocolate, actually.
Sorry?
There's
Labs.
such
Oh.
things as chocolate labs. They're good dogs.
They are good dogs,
Good dogs,
Brent.
Brent. Bront.
Ah. So, what would you guys like to do now?
I like to search this area for any signs of people
So
who
it'd
have
be-
been around that weren't us.
Assuming these are the chimera that we were looking for, do we need to take part of them with us to prove we took care of them?
Proof of contract completion is generally
Yeah.
required, yes.
You can take like the head.
Actually, can I? Let me check my list for a second. Because it's probably good to know whether there are any more to deal with first.
What's the other thing too? I want to kind of track backwards, see if we can figure out where they came from.
Yeah.
Not hugely confident in that as a plan, but it's worth trying.
Mm-hmm. Check my.
Can't hurt to try.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we run into a nest of like 30 of them. Then it might hurt a lot.
Yeah, maybe.
Have a
Hmm.
nasty.
So.
What are the odds of that happening?
How about
You mean before or after I put the thought in your head?
Yes.
I can technically locate creature.
You can certainly try.
These are creatures.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like to look around the area, you can make survival checks.
Let's start with that though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Diggeroy,
Hey.
you do so good. So good. Anybody else want to get in on survival checking the area? Seeing if you can find any footprints or traces or... Oh, damn. Bauer's doing pretty good, too. Sudoku, are you that kind of ranger?
Nah, Tigger and Bauer got this.
All right. Diggeroy and Bauer, you both find the all of you find the very obvious set of footprints that these things left in the dirt and grass, leading east from the west this way. Diggeroy and Bauer, you both find a pair of human footsteps that went with them, that abruptly vanish about here. Oops. Here.
Ooh.
Now, that I can probably help track.
The tracks
Yeah.
lead west if you're backtracking them.
Sorry, say it again?
The tracks lead west
Yes.
if you're backtracking them.
Sudoku, what do you make of this sudden disappearance?
Of the person?
Yeah.
1 second. Trying to find the ability. I can spend 1 minute to detect any humanoids within 5 miles.
Present numbers.
A huge radius.
Awareness is so much better in Revised Ranger.
It's actually like a useful thing. Yes.
Yes. Which of your favorite enemies are present? General direction and distance in miles. All right. So about
Which will also include aberrations and fiends, just in case there's any in the area.
Chimera are monstrosities normally.
Yes. I'm not
So,
expecting there to be any aberrations or fiends.
No.
I'm just pointing out. That
Yes, that is fair. No, you do not ping any aberrations or fiends. You do ping a single human about 4 miles west of your current position.
I will let Diggeroy know.
I assume he's up to no good.
Oh.
I
So
mean,
he said 4 miles west, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Is making antlered wolves really that villainous?
Yes.
Persona.
Yes.
Also, you've been hired to kill him or to destroy his den.
Well, to make sure there aren't any chimera, and the easiest way is to make him stop, so. Okay, let's go that way.
All right.
Picking up the pace that way. Fuck that guy.
I mean, technically, I think we were just hired to kill the existing chimera, not
Oh.
to stop the flow of them.
If I recall it correctly, it's clear the chimera out.
Clear the Chimera Den.
Then. Okay.
As we're doing that, I'd like to cast Locate Creature and see if I can find any more Chimera.
Sure. What's the range on Locate Creature? 1,000 feet?
I believe so.
Okay.
All right. You do not ping any more creatures within 1,000 feet of you,
Okay.
or any more Chimera within 1,000 feet of you.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, you start heading west towards the lair, and I think that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Okay.
So, the political statement thing about Helgi Domer is not because is not anything American. It's because it's a fascist state run by a immortal warrior god king.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
sounds
sounds
right.
exactly like America.
No, it
Um,
really doesn't, though. Not that part.
It sounds like what you think.
Yeah, it's true. That's doesn't mean it actually is, but
it fascist is maybe a strong word for it, but it's
no, that
not.
part's right. It's the God King,
Attempted fascist at the very least.
immortal.
It's it is a very lawful place. Um, it is occasionally construed as somewhere good. Um, I look forward to seeing what you guys, whether you guys, or where on that end of things you guys come out.
Yeah, hopefully not walking the wrong direction because that could be a death penalty. Who knows?
It is not a death penalty.
So that's if you fall into the greenhouse.
Ooh, yeah.
Ball.
If you fall into the Soylent Viridian's
Was that a
production facility.
Star Trek?
Season 1, Next
Thank you.
Generation Star Trek
Thank
reference.
you. Yes, Wesley. God.
It's always fucking Wesley.
I've never seen any Star Trek episode. It's always fucking Wesley.
You know, I actually envy you then, because now you actually have a show you can go watch that's awesome at work.
That's fair.
It's true.
I have so many of those shows, though.
I mean, you got time. Don't worry about it. Just make sure it's on your short.
Which one do I start with? Original series? Next
Next
gen?
gen.
Toss is one of those things I think you can do if you really want to, but I would definitely do the rest, like TNG.
Discovery.
Yes,
Discovery is so good.
Well, I think they're all pretty decent in their own right. It just definitely
None of them are
TNG
bad, but
and
they all
then
have
DS9.
reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of the biggest issue.
Well, that's fair.
You can also just start with the TOS movies and then watch the series later. I love that show, but it is a bit of a acquired taste compared to modern TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cheesy as hell.
It
TNG is
look
good though.
cheesy, but doesn't play out that way.
It's less cheesy than Toss is.
I was talking about TOS.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's impossible for it to be less cheesy than TOS.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. And like Jeff was saying, it's mainly because of the era it was made and broadcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
It's a fucking mud. Okay.
All right. Well, welcome to Helgi Nomer, guys.
Hooray.
I hope you enjoy your stay. It's certainly a place. It's actually the first place I came up with when I was working on this world. I'm glad you guys get to see it.
Hooray.
Yeah. Nomination. That's the thing.
Bauer had it last.
Did I? I didn't think so.
The 7th, and then we skipped the 14th, right?
Yes, we did.
No, we skipped the 21st.
Skip the 20. Oh,
right.
yeah. Who was it then? Shit.
I don't know. I rely on you guys to update
It wasn't
that thing.
me.
So it's dope.
I don't think so. I don't have it on my character sheet.
Diggeroy?
Diggeroy?
Possible. 1 second. I gotta. I'm finishing my journal entry before I move to
yes.
another page.
That's
I
fair.
have it marked, but I don't think I unmarked it last session.
Yeah, I think you gave it to somebody. So I don't think it's Bauer.
Chris, don't record it.
I did not record last week or the last time because that was when my thing was broken.
Oh,
Huh. Apparently I
Yeah.
did have it. Didn't even know. Gonna have to go with Flint for revulsion at the idea of mushroom pizza.
Thank you.
Pizzazz, I think you mean.
Pizza.
Mushroom pizza.
Mushroom pizza, but not clerical error.
Of course.
but would you say the mushrooms were a clerical error for the pizza?
Oh no, you have to ask a cleric. It's a druidical error, technically. Oh no, is the pizza guy also like a high priest of pizza?
He could be.
Is he from Flavortown?
Maybe. How do you know that the Church of Pizzazz isn't entirely based in Flavortown?
I mean, it
Well, that's what
probably
I'm saying.
is.
He's an immigrant to Helgedomer
Immigrant
from Flavortown. He's bringing his religion with him.
Exactly.
He's more of a missionary than just a simple priest.
Right. Bringing the word of Pizza to the heathens.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, all right.
Cool.
Have a good week, guys.
Good
See you next
one.
week.
See ya.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Later.
I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice hoarder, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes